If you're living with diabetes, you've probably felt it. The mental load of checking numbers. The fear of complications, the low, dragging energy that seems to show up exactly when you need strength. What if 3 science-backed nutrients could lighten that load, lowering blood sugar and A1C, calming nerve pain, protecting your heart and kidneys, and giving you back your spark? Today, we'll break down exactly how to use alpha-lipoic acid, magnesium, and berberine, what they do, how to dose them safely, what to pair them with, and how to stack them into a 7-day plan you can start tonight. Alpha-lipoic acid ALA. The nerve and metabolism MULTAS. AR, think of ALA as a universal antioxidant with a passport to every cell. Your body makes small amounts, but high glucose, aging, and inflammation drain those reserves. Supplementing fills the gap. It shows up where you need it most. At the blood sugar level, ALA helps your cells respond better to insulin and improves how mitochondria burn fuel. Across multiple trials, daily ALA, often 600 to 1,800 milligrams, has been linked with 10 to 20% drops in fasting glucose and approximately 0.5 to 1% reductions in A1C over a few months. That's not a magic pill. That's solid metabolic support you can feel. If neuropathy has been whispering or shouting in your hands and feet, burning, tingling, numbness, ALA is one of the few nutrients with consistent clinical signals for relief. Around 600 milligrams per day for 3 to 5 weeks has eased pain for many people and improved nerve function scores. It doesn't replace glucose control. It amplifies your body's ability to heal once you're guiding sugars down. Cardiometabolically, ALA helps nudge LDL and triglycerides down and supports healthier vessel lining, which matters when diabetes tries to stiffen arteries. Kidneys benefit too. When protein is leaking into urine, a red flag for damage. ALA's antioxidant effect has been associated with 15 to 30% lower protein loss. A sign of calmer, better protected filters. Food won't deliver therapeutic ALA by itself, but it can support your base. Small amounts appear in spinach, broccoli, tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, flax, and organ meats. If you try supplements, look for a alpha-lipoic acid RLA on the label, the natural, better absorbed isomer. Many people do well starting at 600 milligrams day with a meal. Sensitive stomachs may split at 300 milligrams twice daily. Gentle caution. ALA can enhance the effect of diabetes meds. That's a good thing if you're watching your numbers. If you're on insulin or sulfonylureas, loop your clinician in and monitor for lows as you add ALA. Tasty blood sugar steady meal idea. A quick garlic ginger beef and broccoli stir-fry in olive oil, finished with sesame seeds and a squeeze of lime. Pair with a small side of quinoa or cauliflower. Rice to keep the glycemic load calm. Magnesium. The insulin ignition key. Magnesium is involved in over 300 cellular processes, including the signaling that lets insulin unlock your cells. High glucose makes you waste magnesium in the urine. Silently worsens insulin resistance, cramps, palpitations, sleep, and mood. Repleting it often feels like taking a tight belt off your metabolism. Supplementing 250 to 400 milligrams per day. Elemental. Magnesium has repeatedly improved insulin sensitivity and, over a few months, is linked with approximately 10 to 20% lower fasting glucose and approximately 0.5 to 1% drops in A1C in many studies. People also report fewer nighttime leg cramps, steadier heart rhythms, and smoother sleep winds that indirectly stabilize glucose by lowering stress hormones. Magnesium also relaxes blood vessels, often trimming systolic blood pressure by approximately 510 points. For kidneys, better magnesium status correlates with less protein spillage and calmer inflammation. Another protective nudge where diabetes tends to chip away. Food first still works well here. Build daily habits around pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, spinach, black beans, chia, avocado, and oats. Then, if you add a supplement, favor magnesium glycinate calming, gentle or magnesium citrate well absorbed. Be cautious with magnesium oxides, cheap, poorly absorbed, and can upset your stomach. If you have kidney disease, ask your clinician before supplementing magnesium single quotes as secret superpower. It's the cofactor that activates vitamin D. If you've tried D3 without feeling much, the missing piece may be magnesium. Bonus synergy. D3 plus K2 plus magnesium together support insulin sensitivity, bone health, and vascular flexibility. Comfort food upgrade. Creamy avocado toast on whole grain sourdough, topped with pumpkin seeds, lemon zest, and chili flakes. Or garlicky sautéed spinach with toasted almonds alongside grilled salmon. Berberine, the metformin-like. Biotionycyl berberine is an alkaloid found in plants like barberry and golden seal. Its calling card. Activating AMP-kappa, same metabolic master. Switch many diabetes drugs target, while reshaping the gut microbiome toward more insulin-friendly species. In randomized trials, berberine 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams per day, split into 2 to 3 doses with meals, has produced approximately 20% lower fasting glucose, smaller post-meal spikes, and approximately 1 to 2% A1C reductions over 8 to 12 weeks, comparable to first-line meds in some studies. Lipids improve too. LDL and triglycerides drop. HDL often nudges up. And inflammatory signals in vessel walls quiet down. On the complications front, berberine shows promise for neuropathy relief, retina protection, kidney calm, less proteinuria, and oxidative stress in preclinical and early clinical data. And fatty liver improvement, to big deal when insulin resistance and liver fat feed each other. Hey, it's a practical way to start. 500 milligrams with your 2 largest meals for a week, then add a third. 500 milligrams dose if you tolerate it. Choose berberine HCl with third-party testing listed on the label. It can cause mild digestive upset at first. Taking it with food usually solves that. Very important. Berberine potentiates glucose-lowering meds and can interact with blood pressure meds, statins, and anticoagulants. If you're medicated, involve your clinician. Check sugars more often during the first 2 to 3 weeks. And adjust prescriptions safely if you start trending low. Kitchen companions with berberine-like vibes. Bitter melon, turmeric, garlic, ginger, onions. Try a turmeric lentil soup with lemon and greens, or a bitter melon stir-fry with garlic and lean protein. How to stack them safely without overwhelm? Start one at a time. In this order for most people, magnesium gives ALA, gives berberine. Magnesium often improves sleep and cramps quickly, making everything else easier. ALA builds nerve and mitochondrial support. Berberine comes last because it's the strongest on glucose and most likely to require med adjustments. A simple target. Stack many adults tolerate well. Confirm with your clinician. Magnesium glycinate, 250 to 400 milligrams elemental nightly with food. Ala Rala preferred, 600 milligrams per day, with a meal split if sensitive. Berberine HCl, 500 milligrams with 2 to 3 meals. 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams per day total. Optional. Synergy, vitamin D3 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day. Lab-guided plus K2 MK7 102 200 mcg day to support insulin sensitivity and vascular qua. Health especially effective when magnesium is on board. Red flags to pause and call your clinician. Repeated low sugars, new dizziness, palpitations, swelling, unusual bruising, bleeding if on anticoagulants, or persistent GI distress. 7-day starter plan. You can actually go day 1. Add magnesium-rich dinner, salmon, garlicky spinach, avocado. Begin magnesium glycinate with your evening meal. Walk 10 to 15 minutes after eating. Day 2. Start Isla 300 milligrams twice with breakfast and dinner. Breakfast upgrade, savory oats with eggs, spinach, and olive oil. Day 3, microbiome day, plain kefir, or yogurt plus chia. Lunch salad with pumpkin seeds, olive oil, and lean protein. Day 4, begin berberine, 500 milligrams with your largest meal. Track pre-meal and 2-hour post-meal glucose today. Day 5, if tolerated, add second 500 milligrams berberine with your next largest meal. Strength moves, chair squats, plus wall push-ups 10 to 15 easy reps each, twice. Day 6, fiber focus, lentil veggie soup with turmeric and ginger. Check fasting glucose tomorrow morning and compare to day 1. Day 7, if sugars stayed stable, no lows, and you're tolerating well, consider the third 500 milligrams berberine with lunch or dinner. Jot wins: energy, sleep, cramps, post-meal peaks. Repeat this week while you schedule labs A1C, basic metabolic panel, 25O, vitamin D, magnesium, lipids, urine albumin 2 creatinine. Use results to fine-tune. None of these nutrients replaces medication, movement, sleep, or food quality. But together ALA for mitochondria and nerves, magnesium for insulin signaling and calm, berberine for glucose and gut, they create a tailwind, less friction, fewer spikes, more energy to live your life, not your diagnosis. Start deliberately, measure often, and let the small daily wins compound.